If entitlement ever needed a face and a set of wheels, let me tell you, it would look exactly like the cherry red Escalade that parked across my driveway every single week, courtesy of my neighbor Leia. She always claimed it was temporary, just an hour for a book club delivery, maybe 2 for brunch, but let's be honest, it felt more like an invasion. I mean, who does that? So, I did what any sane but slightly petty adult would do. I fought back. But not with harsh words or calls to the cops, oh no. I went strategic, the kind of tactical that would make even an HOA lawyer's head spin. And by the time I was done, there was water involved, a drawbridge, and a whole new definition of boundaries. Did I go too far? Or just far enough? You be the judge. Stick around and let me know, because I've got to know, what would you do if someone treated your driveway like it was public parking? Let's rewind. It's a chilly Tuesday in March, and I'm just a regular guy, backing out of my garage, headed to teach 3D printing and mechanics at the community college. Nothing fancy, but there's Leia's Escalade, bold as ever, perfectly parked, blocking my garage like she bought the property at auction. I just sat in my old Honda Civic, engine idling, staring at that shiny SUV, feeling a slow burn in my chest. So I walked across the street. Leia's place is what I like to call the McMansion of entitlement, and rang her doorbell. She opens up in yoga pants that probably cost more than my monthly car payment, flashing me that cold, toothpaste commercial smile. It's just for my book club. Amazon's bringing boxes. I'll move it in an hour, she says, not even looking at me. An hour. I needed to leave now. Her smile got tighter, like she was testing the limits of dental science, and said, "Look, Cal, I'm the HOA president technically. This whole street is under my oversight. One morning won't kill you. You ever have someone look you up and down and just erase you from the conversation?" Yeah, that happened. So, that night, I pulled out the HOA documents and started reading like I was prepping for the bar exam. Nowhere did it say the president gets to treat private driveways like their personal parking lot. Actually, Section 12 said the opposite. So, the next week, it just kept happening. Book club, potluck, HOA brunch, every event in her social calendar spilled over into my driveway, like it was the only VIP parking in the neighborhood. She'd stand there, crystal wine glass at 10 a.m., smiling like she was doing me a favor, telling me rules are more like suggestions. One morning, she even suggested, "Why don't you park on the street, Cal? Good exercise, right?" That's when I snapped my first photo, her Escalade front and center, my garage door blocked. She noticed. Her smile sharpened. "Taking pictures, Cal? In some places, that's harassment." The threat hung in the air, heavy. But you know what they say, don't poke the bear. Or in this case, don't block the bear's driveway. The final straw came during her so-called neighborhood enhancement barbecue. My driveway became a valet lot, 6 cars deep. When I confronted her, she laughed, made sure her guests laughed too, then turned her back on me. That was it. I wasn't mad anymore. I was ice cold, and I was done playing nice. I started sketching, not lesson plans for her downfall. Literally. I talked to June, my colleague who survived more HOA drama than I can imagine. She grinned. "Cal, I'd build them a water trap they'd never forget." So I started small. Installed a big, official-looking NO parking sign with city ordinance numbers, marine-grade aluminum, the works. Texted Leia a friendly picture. She replied, "Your sign's an eyesore, Cal. We'll discuss at the next HOA meeting." No mention of moving her car. The very next day, her Escalade was back, bumper inches from my sign. You had to respect the dedication to disrespect. So I got creative traffic cones, a neon orange army marking my territory. Malcolm, my next-door neighbor, saw me lining them up and called out, "Building yourself a cone army, Cal?" I said, trying to establish boundaries. He grinned. "Need help reminding people where the line is? You know you've got backup when the old mechanic is in your corner." But Wednesday morning the escalation came fast. My cones scattered all over the street, some tossed into Leia's yard, others missing, and taped to my door. An official-looking violation notice from the HOA in Leia's handwriting, printed with her home office printer, no doubt demanding I remove unsightly traffic control devices. I was boiling. June told me, "Cal, you need to think bigger. She showed me a forum post about a guy in Colorado who built a decorative moat totally legal. The HOA couldn't touch him. A moat. The idea hit me like lightning. That night, I researched pumps, liners, drawbridge mechanisms. Called Malcolm. How hard to dig a trench across my driveway? He laughed. Son, I've been waiting for you to ask. Saturday, we started landscaping. While waiting for the big dig, I installed remote control retractable posts, the kind you see at fancy hotels across my driveway. Nice yard fixtures, Leia. Very decorative. I called out as she watched them get delivered. She glared but said nothing. Malcolm and I installed them in the morning, tested them that afternoon. Pressed the button, up they rose, blocking entry like a mini fortress. Press again, down they went, nearly invisible. Satisfying, doesn't even begin to cover it. That evening, Leia threw a fundraiser spring gala for the Neighborhood Enhancement Fund. As her Escalade rolled toward my driveway, I hit the remote. The post shot up, and her SUV stopped so hard, I thought the airbags might deploy. The look on her face was priceless confusion, shock, then pure rage. She stomped over in a cocktail dress and heels, yelling, "Cal, lower those posts. This is vandalism." I just smiled. Sorry, Leia, they're decorative and totally legal city code, Section 19A. She threatened another HOA meeting. She even issued another violation notice, accusing me of impeding neighborhood harmony. But I knew my rights. Water features? Explicitly encouraged. Malcolm added a motion sensor with an air horn, the kind that could wake the dead. First-timer guests triggered it. Car alarms went off. The neighborhood kids cheered, and suddenly people started talking. Leia's elegant gala became the horn incident. She wasn't looking so invincible anymore. With momentum on my side, we dug the moat. Sunday morning, shovels out, trench lined with blue waterproof material, bordered with decorative stone. A koi-filled moat, HOA approved, with a motorized bridge, my very own castle defense. The first time Leia rolled up and saw that moat, she just stopped dead, hands gripping her steering wheel. When she stepped out and started shrieking about vandalism, I calmly told her it was a water feature and totally within the rules. The neighbors came out, filming the scene. She threw one of my old no parking signs into the water in a fit, splashing herself, ruining her shoes. The neighborhood clapped. She called the city, sent inspectors, ranted on social media. The inspector signed off, impressed by the koi. Her meltdown went viral. I became a local legend. Then came the midnight sabotage. Leia, dressed in black, caught on my security cameras, trying to glue my bridge mechanism. She ruined the motor, but also ruined herself. At the next HOA meeting, I played the footage for the crowd. Silence. Then laughter. An old neighbor stood up. Shouldn't someone call the police? Leia fled. Memes spread. Hashtags like Moat Justice started trending. But I wasn't done yet. June, Ever the detective, found evidence of Leia stealing from the community fund $27,000 for enhancements that just happened to enhance her own property. At the next emergency town hall, June and I laid out the receipts, step by step. The crowd turned on Leia. A motion was passed, Leia removed as president, HOA to notify the authorities. Then, the final twist, Malcolm's cousin Darla works in real estate. Leia's house was behind on payments. It went up for auction. I bought a cash offer, 10% over. Thursday morning, as the moving truck pulled up, I stood on my porch, coffee in hand, bridge raised. Leia walked over, defeated, asking for the bridge to be lowered so her movers could load up. I told her, "Actually, Leia, I bought your house. Congratulations, you're about to be my tenant." The crowd went wild. Her face, worth every shovel of dirt. As the moving truck rolled away, neighbors came with cookies and high fives. They called my water feature the Sloan Line, a moat that marked the end of an era. That night, June texted, "You're famous." Internet's calling it the greatest HOA takedown ever. And as the sunset reflected on my moat, koi darting beneath the bridge, I realized this was never just about parking. It was about respect, boundaries, and the fact that sometimes the good guys really do win. So let me ask you, when entitled power crosses the line, how far is too far to defend your rights? Would you dig a moat, raise a bridge, or just let it slide? Share your take. Let's hear where you draw the line.